Catch it first on Patreon.
Okay, so first of all, do you like my hair? I slept on it and I did not wear a bonnet because I was at Mr. Studio's place. So she's a little fucked up. You will hear the bird because you're always gonna hear the bird. It just is what it is. Do we like the fit? Mr. Studio said I look the most Cuban I have ever looked. But I'm convinced that nobody knows what a Southern Italian looks like because this is just what everybody in Naples looks like. I don't know. Anyway, welcome. Welcome to Patreon BTS. You know me, I can't resist a good segment. So BTS obviously stands for Behind the Spaz. And behind the spaz today, you're gonna see Bink. This is my editing desk. I'm at the big computer today where I make the main channel videos. As promised in the second channel video that I made about my no buy year, we're gonna talk about my empties for this month. And technically it's the month of December until now, but we'll pretend it's in April. So the way that I've organized this basically is everything that I have run out of, and then we'll look at if I'm gonna be repurchasing anything. I have new buys, and then at the end we'll see if we saved money, broke even, or if this guy makes it. Apparently he's digging to China, I don't know. If you see fake tan on my palms, mind your own business. My tan was so uneven, dude. We had a really nice day of 19 degrees. I was outside, I cleaned. It's such an immigrant thing to clean your balcony with a broom and soap and water. And I cleaned the tracks of my windows and my patio doors, and part of me tanned, but then I had a farmer's tan. So I just used a little bit of tan water to even myself out, because if not, I look fucking weird. Something else that I figured I would talk about here is the debadging. If I could find the original TikTok creator, I'll link her. But I started debadging in November. It's essentially when you remove the brand names off of your items so that you're really just judging them off of efficacy as opposed to judging them off of brand or aesthetic, and they become more functional as opposed to more decorative. As we know, right, buying things, owning things often is pitched as super aspirational, and a lot of the times brands will try to pitch their stuff to you as decoration as opposed to or you should have a collection of these things. I think if you are chronically online and you see a lot of content with hauls or restock videos or shower restocks where people will have an entire closet full of tree hut scrubs, I think that falls into that kind of category. So debadging has been nice. The only thing that I'm starting to sort of struggle with the debadging is repurchasing products, and I think that's this is where it ties into sort of my junk journaling. I like to put the packaging of things into my junk journal, and it helps a lot to remember what the hell I bought. I've been using natural deodorant for quite some time, and I usually get the Schmidt brand, but because the Schmidt brand and the Tom's brand have very similar, and Native have very similar packaging, I sometimes will forget because I'll have the same deodorant for 6 months. So they just went on sale and I bought 5 at a time, and I couldn't remember what the brand was. I was going insane trying to look through my receipts to see what the hell I had bought last time. And then luckily it was the Schmidt's that was on sale. So that's a possible downside. But so far I like it a lot. It does make your bathroom quieter. It's a lot less visually stimulating and overwhelming, especially when I'm in the shower. I'm not looking up because I have a shower chair and then there's a caddy. I'm not looking up into a sea of brands, which is really nice because it forces you to treat your stuff like stuff as opposed to treating it as oh, well, will this look good in my bathroom? And it's well, does it work is the real question, right? So that's my little tangent on debadging. Let's get into it. So these are my empties for April. I will remind you, these are kind of like from December to April, but like whatever, I'm counting them as April. So the first thing is the Burt's Bees Truly Glowing Night Cream, which retails for $19.97. I like it. This has been my this was the second time I bought it. The thing is though, I can't be trusted to have a day routine and a night routine because I'm a lazy ass hoe. So it will often sit abandoned. I don't think it's worth buying it again when I could just have one cream that does everything for me. The second thing is the Burt's Bees Intense Firming Serum, which retails for $10.99. This is a really good serum. If you're into hyaluronic acid-based products, the Burt's Bees, the whole Truly Glowing line, may be for you. I like this serum. It lasts forever. Like, it really, like, I had it for like a year. It was the one thing that I didn't have to like buy twice. And it does a good job. I find hyaluronic acid usually is very burny. It doesn't burn me, which I like a lot. But again, like in the interest of simplifying, I don't really need to buy another one, right? The next thing is from the same line, the Burt's Bees Truly Glowing Eye Gel, which retails for $19.97. An egregious price for a cream that just goes around here. And like already having to buy an anti-wrinkle cream, I was like shocked. I was like, oh my god, elderly woman Spasadic Studio. But like, it doesn't do anything. Maybe because my eyes aren't wrinkly enough, I haven't noticed enough of a difference to where I'm like, oh yeah, I need to repurchase this. So I won't be repurchasing it because there's kind of just no point. An eye cream I really like that I would actually purchase because it fulfills what I'm looking for of being makeup and skincare. It's an eye cream and a concealer, is probably Tatcha the Pearl. And the last time I bought it, it retailed for around, I think, $92. So if we find money in the budget, maybe someday we'll go back to that. But otherwise, I don't really need an eye cream. And then for my day cream, I was using Burt's Bees Sensitive Solutions, which retails for $12.47. I won't be repurchasing that because at the moment I have another day cream that I'm trying to get rid of, so there's not really a reason for me to have like two. Moving away from Burt's Bees, I finished a La Neige sleeping mask. It was the caramel apple flavor. It retails for $32.50 Canadian. I would not repurchase. I am skeeved out by the constant having to dip creeps me out. Ew. So I had to always have like a lip brush that I would use, then I would have to wash the lip brush, then I would have to use it, then I would have to wash it, and I was like, this is way too much commitment. Again, trying to move away completely from fragranced products. There is more product in there than you need. Like, it takes forever to finish that tub, and I just don't need that much product, honestly. My sunscreen is Beauty of Joseon, the matte sun stick, which retails for $21 even. I like it a lot. I think that I will be repurchasing it actually for the summertime. It works great. It goes under the makeup. It can go over your makeup. I throw it in my bag. I reapply all the time. I've tried every type of sunscreen from like mineral to the spray bottle. Like there's nothing that has been this convenient. I like it. It doesn't stress my skin out. I do have like eczema and rosacea and just like a soap allergy. That's why I'm like really particular about like my shampoos and only using Castile soap. My skin will like freak out. My skin barrier of my face is very easily like grievously irritated, and I have a lot of like subcutaneous heating around here, so I'm very picky, and I like that the matte sunstick doesn't like freak my skin out. It also doesn't leave a white cast, which is nice because we know I like to powder with cornstarch, and that leaves a white cast, so I don't really want to be like fighting for my life in the summer. Now the last thing, and I hesitated leaving this in because it was gifted to me, but I figured we would talk about it anyway. It's the Bright Courage Facial Comfort Cream, which retails for $21. I got it for $0. It was gifted to me with their Scar Fading Cream. I'm like really on the fence. I haven't decided if we're repurchasing this because I love the facial comfort cream, especially for me who has like a lot of skin sensitivities. I like it very much. What I don't love, the scar cream, if you're like me and you're melanated to any degree, you may have the gene that causes like keloid scarring. That's what I have. So all of my surgical scars are like keloids. It doesn't really heal like, I guess, a regular sort of like pink, you know, scar on white skin does. And I couldn't figure out why their like body cream was making it worse. It turns out there's a blackberry extract in the cream that for some melanated people will create worse hyperpigmentation. So I don't think I would use the cream. I don't think I would buy the cream. I've completely stopped using it. But the facial comfort cream, I would genuinely consider purchasing again. Speaking of purchasing, our new buys for April are Heritage Rosewater, the glycerin spray, which retails for $18.99. I repurchased this for the first time since I was a teen. I like it a lot. What I was doing was like humectant, and then skincare, and then slugging instead of with petroleum oil with jojoba oil. And like my skin is pretty good. There's like a couple little like spots and freckles and stuff, but like overall, it's pretty solid. I like the combo. I like the stack that I've got going. I like the glycerin spray. I like to use it as a makeup setting spray. I like, again, if you have eczema and it's like these weird, like the spring, fall sort of humidity to super dry air seasons stress you out, you do a couple spritz and you're like good to go. It's great. I would probably repurchase it once this bottle runs out. I like it a lot. And the second thing is jojoba oil, which retails for $39.99. It is the biggest ticket item for sure, but I always have a bottle in my house. I've used jojoba oil for years for everything, from my scalp to a carrier oil to my face, for razor burn, for like shaving. I love it. I always have a bottle in my house and it'll last me like upwards of, I don't even know, 2 years. If the last time I bought a bottle was like in the middle of COVID, so you do the math. So those are the new buys that I spent money on. Now, okay, hair care. As you can see, I do have textured hair. I have like these curly ringlety hair. And then, but it is like straightenable, as you can see. And it's very textured. Like if you move the hair, see, it'll like stay where you kind of like leave it. My hair does feel very like rough. It's not dryness. It's just textured. It's also not very porous. It doesn't absorb a lot of water. So I'm still working on like the curl cream that I currently have from Chi. I'm working on finishing it. I did try a new brand. So I have been using the Lush Rehab shampoo because my scalp está en llama, as we know. And to get it out of llama, I switched to Rehab in like 2016 and I never looked back. I have been looking for a more budget-friendly option. For reference, the 500 milliliter bottle, which is the bottle I buy once a year, is $50. I decided to use a brand called Mutt, which is like a homemade, they basically make like human and dog shampoo. For 473 milliliters, it's $18. And I was like, you know what? Let me try. So I got two, and I could try it on the Moonster as well. I got the Barking at the Moon Soothing Lavender Shampoo and the Unscented Pupchata Shampoo. They both retail for $18 each. I loved it for my dog. I don't love it for myself. I also wouldn't support the brand. The shampoo, it was fine. It did the job. Hair was clean. It didn't have a long-lasting scent, which I don't mind because anyways, I don't really use scented products anymore. It was all right, I guess. It's not something that I would repurchase. The nail in the coffin was that it took me a while to get my package. corresponding with their customer service was kind of like pulling teeth. It was just like, and I'm willing to overlook that because like I understand as a small business, it is tough, you know? The thing that gives me pause is they use a lot of AI in their marketing emails. People have spotted AI inconsistencies on their packaging. They have a reputation for blocking people who contact them in Instagram DMs about their AI usage. I emailed them about it and they gave me this whole spiel about how like damaging it is to accuse a small business of using AI. And like, I totally agree because I've been in that boat. It is damaging with no evidence, but when there's a wealth of evidence that I'm emailing you, basically they were like, we have a whole marketing and design department with like a lead designer. And I was like, okay, is there a public portfolio or a LinkedIn? Like, you've never mentioned this mystery designer who seems to not have a name. Like, and then they ghosted me. So I was kind of like, okay. So I will not be repurchasing that. However, speaking of good deals, Costco now has the Attitude Nourishing Hair Duo, the Super Leaves Nourishing Conditioner and Shampoo. You get 2 big bottles, which retail together for $21.95. That's what I've been using. I love it. I'm not going to include it in the new buys because I didn't buy it. My parents bought it, which was very nice of them. Thank you, parents. But like, I love it. Me and my mom have the same textured hair. My mom's coils are actually tighter than mine. Mine are pretty loose. But yeah, you need a little bit. It goes a long way. I love the conditioner. The smell is like a very faint, light, like leafy, earthy spa smell. And it doesn't linger, which I appreciate a lot. It smells a bit like if you've ever dyed your hair, the little like tube of conditioner that they include with the dye, it smells like that, but like way more muted. I like it a lot. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to like finish the bottle. In terms of my face cream, I haven't decided. I'm getting by with the rosewater spray and the jojoba oil. Honestly, $21 for the amount of cream you get. It lasted me about a calendar year because I got it as a gift post-hysterectomy. And I don't know when this is going to go up, but my hysterectomy anniversary, the 23rd, was yesterday. So yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Like, it's definitely in the running as a possibility. I think if you want a budget day cream that is like gentle, unscented, and feels moisturizing, the Burt's Bees Sensitive Solutions is probably the way to go. The only reason I wouldn't buy it again, really, is just that I find that like I like a thicker cream. Maybe it's because I'm in my like old head arc and I need like a thicker cream. I love Pond's cold cream. If I could use Pond's, if it was EWG certified, I would still be using Pond's cold cream. The makeup remover, the one with the green lid, and the cream with the blue lid. I like, really and truly. That's like real old head shit. But I think right now in the running is Bright. So when we do our May recap, we'll see if we want to purchase that. So I have 2 perfumes and an attar oil left. I don't have a price on the attar oil because it was in a set. Attar? I don't know. Anyways, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. I don't know how Saudis say it. I'm pretty sure it's more of like an Arab thing.
Attar.
I think the scent was called Kasturi. Maybe we could find like a guesstimate. I'm like running my mouth. I haven't even checked. If I Google it, what do I get? Oh, okay, fine. It's just like a version of like Ode. Anyways, there's one here that retails for $37. I did not pay $37, and it was a set of 6. There was other scents. So that's what I have left from that. From Lush, I have 2 perfumes. One is Lord of Misrule, which for 30 milliliters retails for $60. This is my signature scent. If I have scented anything, it's Lord of Misrule, 100 toes down all of the time. It's the body gel, the solid perfume, which is now finished, the spray perfume, love, okay? Love Lord of Misrule. The other scent I have has since been discontinued, and I can't find the price online. I bought it in 2016 though, so it's got longevity. There's only a little bit left. I think I can finish it in like a fairly reasonable amount of time, like this year style. Yeah. And then I guess we'll count this one just for shits and giggles. I did get, I'm Googling it as we go, Angel's Share by Killian. I got 2 of them for Christmas from 2 different people, which like, oh my good God. The 100 milliliter retails for $415. I cannot for the life of me find the little one because there's like a little like sample size. I basically got, I'll show you, I'll go get my purse. I basically got 2 of the sample sized ones, and if I remember correctly, they retail for about $30 before like tax. So let's guesstimate about $60 for the perfume. So I have to get through all of this perfume. And then honestly, as I become more and more old head, I'm kind of like in the ditching perfume entirely phase of my life. I'm gonna be honest with you. Since I've made the switch to unfragranced like body wash and stuff, I'm just kind of over it. The most fragrance thing I'll buy, and it's really just for like the fun cooling sensation, is the Dr. Bronner's Peppermint Castile soap. And when I run out of the one I have now, because that whole bottle will last me 6 months, I'm gonna buy the 4-liter one because I don't see myself pivoting to anything else, honestly. I found my purse. So this is, I got 2 of these for Christmas. The Angel's Share by Killian. Oh, boy. I had a tester of one of these when I was a wee lass. It's so good. I'm just gonna like, as the atomizer doesn't work. Oh, and like, I don't give a fuck. I know that there's people who are like, there's like a proper way to put perfume on. Bro, argue with your mama. Don't argue with me. Oh, it's so good. It's like tonka. This sounds like an ad. It's like tonka, cinnamon. It's a right amount of sweet and spicy and like tobacco. Love. I'll also show you the Kasturi, which is this. My plan was to go like this, like as if you could smell it. Crazy person. It's really nice. It's okay. Here's the thing though, is that I like old people, like, do you know what I mean? That like old people, like, I don't know how to describe it. Let's see what the internet says. We're going on a tangent. I don't give a fuck, okay? This is free Patreon content. Either watch it or don't, but like shut the fuck up. What is Kasturi? No, not Kasturi Meti. Kasturi Attar. Okay. It's a traditional alcohol-free musk perfume known for earthy animalic, slightly sweet aroma. Okay, that jogged my memory a bit, but aroma profile, warm, powdery, leathery, intense wood, spice, earth tones. Bitch! Okay, when it comes to like, again, this is a whole tangent that has nothing to do with anything. When it comes to oud, let me tell you, I love it because of the animalic smell. When you see a scent note that has to do with like, it's like animalistic, you'll notice it smells a little bit like shit. it smells a little bit like dead body. Just a little bit. And it's the smell of like rot but pleasant. I don't know how to describe it to you. It's barn animal but chic. And I love it. I love it. Synonymous and related terms. Deer musk. It's a musky, like, oh my god, I taste it in my mouth. It's a musky, like oud, soapy underbrush of a forest, nature, a little bit rotting carcassy smell. It sounds insane. But like that element, that like animalistic smell element is like prized in a lot of perfumes because it smells like it's like a very like nature-based like primal scent, and I like it a lot. I've been yapping so hard. My shit's dry as fuck. I'm really hoping that this will be an empty for May. I got this as a gift. I like it a lot. Anyways, but like when I was a young warthog, what a reference. When I was younger, my grandma used to use soap. We grew up with like ferciazzure and stuff, and like ferciazzure, which was a talcum dusting powder, has a very particular powdery, like nonnina, old people smell. It's the same smell, but the soap, there were other soaps that it was kind of like a zapote soap where you would like grate it. Like she would like grate this bar of soap and it made everything smell. It made everything, like it was so strong and it had this like undercurrent. It was like an overtone of oud with an undercurrent of poop. It's the animalistic smell. Like, it's such a specific smell and people love it and they don't realize that it's like the smell of like pure, raw, unfiltered nature. But I always found it strange that like oud smelled so familiar because it smelled like Italian soap. And then I looked into it and it turns out that because of climate change, Saudi can't grow all of the oud that it needs. So a lot of it gets grown in Italy and then exported to Saudi. And I was like, oh, fuck. This is a very nostalgic scent for me. All oud is a very nostalgic sense. If you're into Bahud, I recommend the brand Dukni. They're really great. That's where this is from. It's a black attar. And yeah, they have a lot of really, really great stuff. Even their sandalwood is like spectacular. So that's my like weird, my little like scent tangent. I really want to get into like making body butters and perfumes and stuff. So maybe, when everything is done, that's what we'll do. We'll go on a little like, we'll do it for the Patreon. We'll do a little adventure, but smelling them together is literally just like this is like 1940s like Italian cigar parlor, and this is like sexy, sultry Tonka vanilla. It's like a little fruity, a little soapy. Everybody loves this smell, dude. Everybody loves this smell, myself included. And yeah, I have no makeup empties for you guys this week, I don't think, but I am hoping really truly that by next week we'll have some fun empties. We'll see how much I can manage to use up. Now, the big question, how much money was lost? How much money was gained? Did we break even? Hold on, I gotta go do some math. Okay, so my beauty routine last year, if we're counting all the Burt's Bees stuff, the Beauty of Joseon and the Comfort Cream, would retail for $105.40. We are repurchasing $0 worth of product. I'm still on the fence about repurchasing the facial comfort cream. We shall see. But at the moment, repurchasing $0 worth of items, we are staying strong at an additional $105.40 in our pockets. Yay! The new buys for the skincare, the Heritage Rose Water and the jojoba oil, the total spent is $58.98. And I totally remembered to do this math before I turned my camera on. Whatever, it's free content on Patreon, okay? Leave me alone. So if we take our total from last year and we subtract what we bought this year, which is $58.98 worth of whatever. So $46.42. So we saved $46.42 this go around. Not bad at all. The perfume tallied everything up. So 2 of these, 2 Lush perfumes. I do not remember the price of this, so unfortunately I couldn't count it. But we're looking at approximately $180 worth of perfume. There will be no repurchasing. Like, for sure, there will be no repurchasing. So we're holding the line at $180. For my hair last year, if I'm counting the 2 Mutt shampoos, we're looking at $36 worth of hair products. And I rounded up to 22 for the super leaves. Even though the face cream and the shampoo conditioner, I didn't pay for them, I figured we could just pretend that I did so that we could do our little calculations. So if we subtract what basically I would have paid at Costco for the Attitude brand from the $36 of Mutt shampoo, we end up with $14. So it's not bad at all, honestly. So if we're tallying up the complete amount of money saved, I'm doing $46.42, adding the 14, so $60.42 is the amount that was spent this year on products so far. So we'll put that in, $60.42, which is not bad. Actually, it's not bad at all. And I do want to do a little, we'll account for the expenditure. Mr. Studios would be so proud of me because like he's an accountant and he lives for this shit. So if we take the 180 of perfume, we take the 36 from me buying shampoo last year, and we'll take the 105.40. Oh my God. I spent $321.40. So yeah, minus $60.42, we saved $260.98. And that's why you gotta use up all your shit and inventory that bitch. So let's save this fucking number, okay, in our mind palace. So far for 2026, we've saved $260.98. That's 2 credit card payments if you have a MasterCard. By the way, that's 2 credit card payments worth of money that you. So that's also $260. You could buy a refurbished phone. That's the price I paid for my refurbished phone. You could repair 2 original Xboxes. It was $105 to switch out my motherboard. There's so much you could do with $260.98. You could probably pay a quarter of your light bill for a family of 4. Be so for real with me. So, okay. I am such an old head, bro. I'm like, pay your credit card. Get off that damn phone and stop buying shit on your phone. Thank you for joining me. I had a lot of fun. I really hope for May I will have fun empties. And we can pass judgment on me together. So, and that's it. That's all I have for you. Thank you for joining me in the BTS corner, the behind the spaz. And yeah, this thing is in there napping. The palms of my hands still look crazy. And okay, I love you, bye.